AFM Videos, the leader in football education.
Hi, I'm Rex Lardner, the managing editor of American Football Monthly, and our guest today is Steve Bellis, the head coach at Hamilton High School in Chandler, Arizona. Bellis recently completed a 4-set series of DVDs that's now available on afmvideos.com. And Steve has a tremendous background. He was a quarterback at St. Mary's High School in Phoenix and helped bring them a state championship. He later played at Notre Dame and was on Notre Dame's last national championship team in 1988. Now a successful high school coach in Arizona, Coach Bellis just completed his 6th year at Hamilton High School in Chandler. In that time, the Huskies have an 80-4 overall record, won 3 consecutive state championships, and had a 53-game winning streak, longest in the country at that time. Coach Bellis' DVDs include his two-minute offense, play-action passing, his bubble screens, and a special DVD on program management and administration. Steve, welcome. First of all, tell us about Hamilton's 2-minute offense. What makes it work?
I just think the work we do in an off season, primarily with our quarterback knowing exactly what he has to do, our kids knowing the situation and being able to adjust on the fly and understanding what we're trying to accomplish and when the ball is going to be stopped, and all that is preparation in February, March, April, the months that are kind of dead months. We take advantage of it and do some whiteboard time with the kids, and I do it specifically with the quarterbacks, which I think makes a big difference. So mentally, we're already there when it comes time to do it, and we do it at least once a week in practice. So it's not something that's out of the norm. We're not panicking. I think the more you practice something, the better you get at it. Just like if you run a trap and you're good at it and you do it 100 times over, you're going to be really good at it in the game. So it just goes to practice and commitment to it. And like I said, we do a lot more 2-minute O at the end of the half than we ever do at the end of the game. But if that rare occasion comes up where you need it at the end of the game, it's not something new. It's something we've actually done in the game a few times before that critical time.
Gotcha. Steve, your second DVD is your play-action passing game. How important is that, and what makes that work in your offense?
Well, what makes a play-action pass work is the running plays beforehand. It's setting up. I think any coach would tell you their best running play, they probably have not only one but probably 2 play actions off that same run. And if you can do that with your best running plays, I think it gives you the best advantages to get the big plays and get behind the defense. And kind of that's what we're looking for in our play action. We're looking for big strikes and big plays from it, and not just trying to get 5 or 10 yards. We're trying to get touchdowns out of them.
Gotcha. Now another DVD, Steve, you just completed was on the bubble screen, and it's a fascinating play in itself. What are the keys to its success, and do you use it situationally?
Yeah, a little bit. It's all based on if a team is really good in their defensive front or they do a lot of blitzing or man-to-man coverage, it seems to work the best. So that's scouting on the weekends, getting a game plan in and saying, hey, this week we're probably going to screen a lot just because of what they're presenting to us. But the biggest factor for me, I think, is alignment, actually, knowing the area they have to block. Took this from a coach a couple of years ago at a clinic, and you got to block within that cage, and they got to know the area, and it's not a man, it's an area. If that guy shows up, that's who we're going to block, and we do inside out drills with our linemen, which makes a big difference. Now, we're not always perfect at it, and the only way they get good at it is understanding that defensive back's a better athlete than my lineman, so we combat that with inside out angles and aiming a yard inside, and it seems to work for us.
Gotcha. Well, the last DVD that you did, Steve, was something that's of interest, I think, to every coach in America: program management and administration. What is your general philosophy, and how have you developed that within Hamilton's program?
Well, in 2007, we had in terms of the win-loss, we're 12-0. We lost in the semifinals, and we ended up 12-1. And I remember looking in the mirror, and the reality check set in, said this is not kind of what I envisioned. I mean, not only myself, but I think my whole coaching staff was miserable. So I got with Dick Maniszewski, our vice principal. He does my offensive line for my JV program, and we decided we're going to come up with a philosophy that we won't ever have these problems again. And what we did, we came up with this kind of game plan, as it would be, of life and dealing with parents, dealing with kids, And basically, instead of just having a game plan for a game, we had a game plan for the whole season. And there's some rules in there, but they're very generic in nature. But it's worked for us for the simple fact that we gave expectations not only to our kids, right, but to our parents, our booster club, everybody involved, including our coaches, kind of the expectation kids can expect from us. I think if those are set, I think it leads to a great season in terms of just smooth sailing. Not saying everything's going to be smooth, but these are guidelines that we follow, and it's really helped our program. And we have had probably less than 5 incidents since we installed this, since 2007. So it's stuff that we do, but I think if you put it in print and have the kids understand this is what we're trying to do, it goes a long way in your program. So I think, like I said, Dick Banaszewski has to be credited with a lot of it, but you know, it's what I've done over the years and he has done. He's a former head coach, which is great for me, and we seem to work hand in hand, and it's probably been one of the best things we've done since we've been at Hamilton.
That's great. Well, our guest today has been Steve Bellis, the head coach at Hamilton High School in Chandler, Arizona, and he recently completed this 4-set series of DVDs, including the one Steve just talked about on program management, which will be available soon at afmvideos.com. Steve, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.